Uh-oh, look what Daddy did.
Uh-oh, look what Daddy did.
So what I got up here, let me flip it around. What I put up here is an Antron 99 ground plane kit. I cut on an aluminum plate, cut a ring out of it. I drill and tapped some screw holes and put these two screws in there. And then I drilled out the middle of the plate and I put a stud mount, like a mobile stud mount in here. So that's the top of it, and the bottom of it you can't see because the pole goes right up underneath it and hits this plate up here. But the coax gets fed right through the pole, through some guy wires up here, and it pops right out there. So again, these are all of my Trident antennas. I got an overstock of them right now. If you guys are interested, obviously check in the link in the description. But this is a set screw, and there's, I believe, one more. Nope, there's just one set screw there which holds the pole. Now it does have some wobble, like you can move it a little bit, but the weight of this holds it down onto that pole, you know what I mean? So it's just a little test pole, something I can reach with my extension ladder. Thought you guys wanted to see, thought it was pretty dope. This had short threads, so I actually had to put all these washers in there because it wasn't bottoming out, and I have to have these bottom out in order to hold the weight of these because they are kind of hefty. But it talks just as good as my mobile. So, I don't know. If you guys are interested, that's how I did it. I'll show you another example of how to do that. So here's another example of something similar. This one has like 8 threaded holes for ground planes. This one has 2 set screws to hold the pole. And again, all I did was tap and drill, cut an aluminum plate, and I put it over top of that, screwed it down, drilled the center out for a stud mount, squeezed it on there, and that's the whole antenna. All you need is stingers or 102-inch whips or fire sticks or whatever you want, and that's the whole antenna. That's the whole base. Ran the coax down. I ran a few ferrite beads, ran it to the ground, ran a coax across the yard. I just kind of threw it here. And then what I did was I put a little stake in here so it kept it kind of taut. And then for the end of it, I just put it in one of these extension cord like protectors. So you can, I just took the back of a hammer and dug a little hole here. And then this can open up. I'll try to do it with one hand. I doubt I will be able to. Nope, hold on. So I just put the end of my coax in this little bad boy because it's got all these like rubber grommet things. Of course I see water in there, but it keeps my coax dry. And then when I pull into the yard, I can just open the vehicle and connect it to my radio. I figure I'll give you a little test drive. I hooked it up. Let's go try it out. Also guys, I guide these down with these cables and turnbuckles, and these aluminum, these bolts are garbage. Don't use them. I've snapped a couple of them off, and this plastic thing here, this is probably made for tents. This is not long-term use here. I have galvanized 12-inch bolts I'm going to probably replace them with. That's if I leave this thing up, but just thought I'd let you know, don't use these cast aluminum stakes.
West Virginia. 70 degrees, my friend. I look forward to doing it again. Little bitty radio sitting on top of a great big mountain, 524 Colorado.
524 Colorado, you're making a good trip into Northwest Georgia. This is 609, roadblocking the mobile, transmitting out of a base station antenna. Can I get a copy? So there it is, guys. That antenna actually matches the performance of my vehicle, which is a testament to my vehicle's antenna and grounding and bonding, and its superior performance with this Trident antenna. Unbelievable performance. But that antenna there, the only way I'll see better performance, I think, is if I elevate it quite a bit higher, or put a 5/8 wave or half wave or 0.64 wave on top of that. Give me any suggestions and maybe I'll try it. It's getting pretty heavy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to lift it any higher, but that's those orange poles. I initially put it underneath there because you could lift it and put another segment underneath it. But once I put it up, I was like, this is getting pretty heavy. My antennas, they're not, the lightest whips around. They got like 6-gauge wire, copper wire inside. So anyway, guys, I appreciate it. Put any, suggestions in the comments that you think I can do with that. I know it's not very practical. I get it. I like to experiment, and this stuff's just really fun to me, and I can pull in, and I figured I was going to pull in home and I was going to connect this badass antenna, and then I was really going to talk. Turns out this specific setup is not for that, but I just thought I'd try it, and it was a cool project. Anyway, guys, thanks for your time. On to the next one. Peace.